Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains episode summary and cast list analysis video. We got the cast list for episode 78 on Tuesday, as well as a small summary for episode 79 on Tuesday as well. So we are going to go over both of those, and today we also got some really interesting news in Structure Deck Soulburner, which has to do with the first XYZ monster that a VRains era deck has gotten as per Yugioh organization. Now, this does not mean that Soulburner is going to be using this XYZ monster in the anime, but it's no coincidence that we are probably very close to the reveal of the cover card for the Dark Neostorm pack, and whatever cover card that is going to be used in the anime. That's pretty much a guarantee, and myself and many others have predicted that that cover card is going to be an XYZ monster. So it's no coincidence that this XYZ card was revealed. I think we are very, very close to seeing XYZ monsters in the Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains anime, but we're going to get to that too towards the end. We are going to start with 78 and 79. If you do not want any spoilers, now is your chance to click off this video. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So episode 78, as we know, is the Rebellious Bounty Hunter. After learning about Soul Technology's shocking plan, Blood Shepherd decides to carry out his own search for the Ignises, independent from Akira. Noticing his superb hacking skills, Revolver approaches him and suggests that they should team up to eliminate the Ignises, but... ... Now, we did see in the preview for 78 that Revolver and Blood Shepherd, it looks like they're going to be dueling, so I'm not sure why that duel starts. Maybe it starts because Revolver sees Blood Shepherd as a threat that works for Soul Tech, and as they talk and Revolver realizes that Blood Shepherd wants to eliminate the Ignis for good and not capture the Ignis to reinstate the Cyberse world, which is probably what Soul Technologies wants to do, Revolver says, "You're not really working for Soul Technologies' vision. You're not working for their purpose. We should work together. We have the same motivations," which is exactly what he says in the preview. So maybe that's when Revolver will realize that, hey, we should be a team after the duel has started. Here are the people that will be speaking. Yusaku/Playmaker, Aoi/Blue Maiden, Aqua, Kusanagi, Ryoken, Dojin, Spectre, Akira, Hayami, and extras. Now, what's really interesting here is usually Kusanagi is third, as a user pointed out to me in the comment section of, I believe, the review on Wednesday. Usually Kusanagi is third on the cast list. So the fact that Aoi Zaizen and Aqua have been pushed up as this duo to second to maybe symbolize, I mean, placement on the cast list doesn't really mean too much, but the fact that she now is the second most important character according to the cast list, now that she has an Ignis, is really, really awesome. And we're already seeing Blue Maiden, her new alias. She went from Blue Angel to Blue Girl, now to Blue Maiden. As such, in the cast list, we also saw her image change for the ending of 77, so that is really cool. And I imagine for the new opening, for not the new opening, but a new version of opening 2, when we see Blue Girl towards the end, she will probably be Blue Maiden now. So that's really awesome. That'll probably start next week. So no other real shockers on this cast list. We know everyone was going to be in this episode. Maybe not, no Soulburner is a surprise, because we saw Soulburner flying with Yusaku, Aoi, and Aqua, Soulburner and Flame. So the fact that they're not on this cast list means that there probably won't be much dialogue between the three, because if there was going to be any dialogue between the three of them, you'd imagine that Soulburner and Flame would have some sort of lines. So I don't know where it's going to pick up. It probably won't pick up immediately after 77 ended. We also don't have Emma. We don't have Ghost Girl. That's not too surprising. We have Akira and Hayami. Maybe there will be some dialogue between Akira and Blood Shepherd, or maybe it will just be between Akira and Hayami. Hayami maybe informing Akira that Blood Shepherd has quit Soul Technologies, and he's just carrying out his own search, as the summary states. Spectre there, he's probably just going to talk to Revolver. Revolver will probably say something about how he wants to test Blood Shepherd, or maybe get Blood Shepherd to join the Knights, and they'll have a little bit of interaction there. So no shocking, out-of-the-ordinary names on the cast list, but here is what is really interesting. We had the title for 79, and the title for 79 was Blazing fast lightning. No Gilbo animating this, so it will be a beautifully aesthetically pleasing episode. And here is the summary. Ever cautious of Revolver's actions, Lightning challenges Blood Shepherd to a duel. Blood Shepherd uses some new tactics to overwhelm Lightning. So we'll definitely get more of a summary probably on Tuesday, as well as the cast list for 79. Now, when we saw the word Lightning pop up in the 79 title when we got the batch earlier this month, we kind of all inferred that the Lightning Ignis would be dueling. The title for episode 80 is called A Bounty Hunter's Duty. So when we saw that, we thought maybe Lightning versus Blood Shepherd, maybe Lightning versus Go Onizuka. Whenever I see the word Bounty Hunter appear in a title, I always think Blood Shepherd. I know Go technically is a bounty hunter now, but whenever you hear the word Bounty Hunter VRains or the phrase Bounty Hunter VRains, you think Blood Shepherd. At least I always think Blood Shepherd before I think Go. So Blood Shepherd is getting a lot of screen time, right? He just dueled Ghost Girl. One of the more recent duels before the Revolver Windy duel was Blood Shepherd versus Soulburner, which ended in a draw. He defeated Ghost Girl. He's going to duel Revolver in the next episode, and then in 79 and 80, he's probably going to duel Lightning. So Blood Shepherd is getting a crazy amount of screen time and duel time, which is interesting because his character is one that I have always really liked from the start of Season 2, and once we got more backstory on him with what happened to his mother, and now we know what happened to his father and his family and his relation to Emma, I really, really liked him. We saw some humanity where he spared Emma at the end of episode 77, so it doesn't put him, very high on the villain scale in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. What a lot of people have criticized about Blood Shepherd is his deck and his dueling style, and even my friends, the friends that I have on to discuss Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains every month or so, one of my friends, actually, I think all three of them said that they don't really like watching the Blood Shepherd duels because they just don't like the way the deck plays, and these are people that have never really watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. And so, if new people don't like the way the deck plays, and there's a lot of people that comment saying the deck is generic, the deck is boring to watch, it's just, his deck is definitely the most criticized deck of any Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains character that I personally have seen in my comment section and just in discussion with the community. So it does suck in that regard that we are going to be seeing him duel so much more going forward. But hey, hopefully his deck will get some upgrades, even though we've already seen the synchro for the deck. I believe he used a fusion against Playmaker or Soulburner. He might not have used the fusion. I'm trying to remember. I think Playmaker used the fusion against him. But either way, Blood Shepherd's deck probably isn't going to change that much. It is a very repetitive deck, so I do understand the gripe a lot of people have with his deck. But, get ready to buckle down here because we are going to be seeing a lot more of Blood Shepherd's drones in the upcoming episodes. He is dueling Lightning. If he defeats Lightning, boy oh boy would that be crazy. I do not think he will defeat Lightning. I think Lightning desperately needs a win. I think that group needs a win. That group consists of Bowman, who has lost he lost twice to Playmaker and drew against Playmaker, doesn't have a win. Haru, who has barely done anything. Jin, who is a slave of Lightning, hasn't really done much. Lightning, who hasn't done much in terms of dueling, even though he's done some things. He's poisoned Miyu, he's kidnapped Jin, so he still has affected the plot massively, just not through dueling, which is fine. But in terms of dueling, he hasn't done anything. Jin hasn't done anything. Windy lost to Revolver, so Windy is 0 for 1, so that group really needs a win. But Blood Shepherd, who's getting built up to be this really cool character, if he loses to Lightning, would they kill him off? Or maybe Revolver would save Blood Shepherd if Lightning defeated him, and that's what makes Blood Shepherd decide, okay, you saved my life in Link VRains, I'm going to join you. I'm going to join the Knights of Hanoi. If he does team up with the Knights, that would be so freaking cool. It really would be. And I feel like he will be hesitant at first because he doesn't really seem like the kind of guy that likes to work in team settings. In fact, we know he's not the kind of guy that likes to work in team settings. But if Revolver can save him from Lightning, if Lightning defeats him, he might feel, okay, I owe the Knights of Hanoi. I owe you, Revolver. I'm going to join your team. And if Blood Shepherd joins the Knights of Hanoi, boy, oh boy, is that a huge win for the Knights of Hanoi. So that'll be really, really cool to keep an eye on, and really cool to see what happens. And you guys please let me know your predictions for this duel and the episodes to come. Now, I do want to go to a Yugioh organization article real quickly. This was posted today, November 15th. Cards from Structure Deck Soulburner, which is a pack that is coming out, a structure deck that is coming out in the OCG. And as the article states, multiple main deck monsters and the first XZs of a VRains era anime deck is revealed, and that XZ's monster is Salamangreat Mirage Stalio, which looks like a horse on fire, so the design is really cool. It's just weird to see a Salamangreat or any monster that's related to the VRains anime, for that matter, on an XZ's card. It looks really, really cool. It is a rank 3 fire Cyburst XZ's effect, 2000 attack, 2 level 3 monsters. You can only use this card's names effects once per turn each. You can detach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 Salamangreat monster from your deck in face-up defense position. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate monster effects except fire monster effects. If this XZ summon card is sent to the grave for the link summon of a Salamangreat Link monster, you can target 1 monster on the field, return that monster to its owner's hand. So that seems like a pretty decent combo if you want to get rid of a card on your opponent's field. You go into this play, Mirage Stalio, you get rid of one of its overlay units to special summon a Salamangreat monster from your deck, and then you go into a link summon, and then you can hopefully pop a card that is on your opponent's field, or pop a monster that is on your opponent's field. So that seems like it could be a pretty good card, and hey, you know what, it's awesome to see a Salamangreat XZ's monster. XZ's, I'm telling you, are, in my opinion, right around the corner. I predicted around the episode that we're getting on Christmas will be the first episode we see an XZ summon. I think it is much closer than some people think. I think whenever we get the news for the Dark Neostorm card cover, I will definitely be covering that, and I'm keeping a close eye on that because I'm really intrigued to see what card and what archetype that card that is on the cover of Dark Neostorm is going to be. But yeah, let me know if you think that card is good, guys. Maybe that card will be good in like a PK Fire deck. I know Phantom Knights have a lot of level 3 monsters, so maybe it would be effective in a deck like that. But yeah, you guys let me know down below. You guys are the experts at that stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my video and my thoughts on the upcoming episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. And I do want to again say that just because that XZ's monster is in the structure deck, that does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that this XZ's monster will be appearing in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. It does not mean that Soulburner will be the first to XZ summon, although it very well could mean that, but it does not mean that by any means. Keep an eye on Dark Neostorm. Whatever card is Dark Neostorm's cover card, that is going to be, in my opinion, in my prediction, the first XZ's monster we see in VRains. Thank you all so much for watching. A special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Lexa Baker, Glen McGookin, Jorge Carrillo, James Rose, and Omni Lord, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Bouldergeist, Odd Eyes Vaughn, and Jesse Wood, and to my Egyptian God tier patron, Syn Cloud. A sincere thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Cannot tell you how much it really does help me out. And a thank you to everyone who just watches these videos, because without you guys, I would not be able to do this. I am really excited to talk to all of you down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.